One of the many tricks a good driver learns on a track like this is to play the wind currents. The movement of the racers does set up strong eddies of wind, and if you know how to use them, you can pick up a couple of miles or so of speed every lap. It's quite a trick. Junior Johnson of Ronda, North Carolina, has been holding the lead since the 90s.
Yeah, those guys figuring out the draft back then with those big old boxy cars and relatively stock, right? So they were all competing with pretty much the same car. So if you found an advantage, it was a big advantage, right?
How about we take maybe the most famous bootlegger from the hills of North Carolina and other areas, and here all of a sudden, Junior is racing at Daytona and figures out that he can use the air to his advantage in a number of ways.
It won't be long now. Only a few more laps to go. Junior Johnson has gotten his lead back. Bobby Johns is just inches behind, and so are Richard Petty and his father.
I'm sure that a lot of drivers, my dad being one included, that had felt things with the air, not knowing exactly what to do or how to use it. And then Junior taught them exactly what this was about. He didn't talk a lot about it because this was an advantage that he had at the time, and so he could be quiet when he needed to be. But now the story got bigger and better.
Funny story is Junior Johnson originally wasn't going to be in that Daytona 500. Junior Johnson didn't get the opportunity to run that race till about a week before the event, and a sponsor came together with Ray Fox to put together a car. One of the things that happened is during practice he ended up on the rear end of a Pontiac, and all of a sudden his car took off and he could keep up with the Pontiac. If he was further away he wouldn't be able to, but tucked up right on the back of the Pontiac, he was like right with them. And he just kind of kept that to himself and just kind of noted that for the 500 to see what happens. And then during the 500 he did the same thing, even got to a point where he was pitting with the Pontiac so he could stay attached to them.
That's Junior Johnson pulling in for a refueling stop. This means he'll lose his lead, temporarily at least, to the Petty boys and Bobby Johns. But these pit experts are quick, swift, and experienced. Within a matter of seconds only, they'll have him back in the race. And believe me, in a red-hot contest like this, seconds are important.
For them to figure out the draft and to understand, hey, if I get in this guy's slipstream, not only will my car go faster, but I'll save more fuel. And back then, those races were really won and lost on pit strategy and fuel strategy because they could go forever on their tires.
And this was an advantage that he found that didn't cost a penny. This was the cheapest speed and an ability to affect his car with the speed and affect other people's car also.
There's the white flag for the final lap. Junior Johnson is still ahead, but not by much. Here they come roaring down to the finish line. Johnson's ahead by a few seconds only. There's the checkered flag, and it's Junior Johnson, the winner by 23 seconds over Bobby Johns, who is second.
When you think about it, how many times do we see some of the biggest discoveries come by accident, whether it's Junior Johnson discovering the draft or, hey, the legend of Sir Isaac Newton discovering gravity by seeing an apple fall from a tree. So, you never know what's going to happen.
It's a great moment for Junior's pit crew and a great moment for him. Here he comes into the winner's circle to get the big NASCAR Grand National Sweepstakes Championship trophy.
Junior figuring that out, and then the guys that followed figuring out the air and the way that our cars draft certainly has helped the evolution of where we're at today. And now we have, so much science and engineering and wind tunnel and all these different things that basically compute what the draft equals out to be for a gain in horsepower, reduction in drag, all of those things that, Junior Johnson and those guys figuring it out without a computer, without a wind tunnel, all those things make it quite remarkable.
Hi, I'm Parker Kligerman. For more access like this from Pit Road, be sure to click and subscribe to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube channel.